Welcome back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. I got here a quick video for you to show the differences in a Trickflow 240 head and an Edelbrock E Street head. So if you're looking at buying some aluminum heads for your big block Mopar, you may look at both options. I'll show each just from a Summit ad. You can kind of see the pricing, see the difference. One's the E Street is a 210cc runner versus the 240 from Trickflow.
Trickflow 240s, nice. We haven't had a set of 240s in the shop. We've had several sets of 270s. I noticed that the finish from the CNC, the lollipop finish, is somewhat coarser than, and I can show you a picture of the 270s. But as Wayne said, leave it alone. It'd be good for atomizing the fuel and it'll work. But we need to check at the transitions from the lollipop where they access the port from the intake side of the head as well as the bowl side. So transitions there may need to be smoothed out to optimize flow, and of course check the valve job as always, guide clearance. Looks pretty good. I kind of think that the exhaust ports should be more refined, and I think that's too coarse for an exhaust port, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think one of the things that is our enemy is building up carbon in the exhaust ports, and I think to have that smooth and a better finish, I think that would be.
Yeah, there's even a little bit of ridge. It's not really,
and that's the ridge where the lollipop transition, where they were working from the chamber side, and then when they come from the outside. So always to blend those in, and I think will be positive. Of course, check the springs, as we ran into a deal on a 270 that was ordered with the solid springs, because we're going to use it on a hydraulic roller cam. And they were way too heavy on the seat pressure.
Okay.
So we had to get, we bought some 50 thousandths plus keepers from Urson cams and put in there, gave us the right installed height. We still had a good open pressure, and we were using Gatorman hydraulic lifters, and we didn't want to overload the axle for street use.
So even Trickflows weren't ready to go out of the box?
No, sir.
In that case?
No, and everything, don't assume anything. Right now, I don't know why it was that way. They weren't ordered that way. I think it's a great company, but I waited 3.5 months to get those heads built, and when they came, they weren't, what we wanted.
What you needed.
But it's, in our opinion, I think it's the best bang for the buck in the industry. So, the combustion chambers on these heads, you can't beat it. It's, they put a lot of thought into the way they did this. The finish is really nice. Components are nice.
So our Trickflow 240 even has a little damage right out of the box, and it was boxed up a lot nicer than the Edelbrocks. Almost identical?
Yeah, these are just about 100 thousandths, roughly 90 thousandths difference. But these got the correct short turn on these. These need a lot of work.
So this is a Trickflow.
Yeah.
And this spark plug placement's better?
Yes, if you see the, we'll get a picture here, but what it looks like in that one. Okay, we'll do just pause it a second. And nice radius. And then you go over here, and you got the big steps.
Yeah.
Here.
And the between the valves there, it looks like they just removed it altogether.
Pretty much, yeah.
Doesn't come out to just a random sharp point.
Yeah, it's
Trickflow
240.
240 cc time. And you have that at the highest part of the head, you said? You were telling me that before?
Yep.
77.8, so probably 77.6, but
You got a 5.
A lot better on the Trickflow.
No, I was gonna say, you got a 550 spring and you got a 560 spring.
It's a little, I don't know, it'll slide.
See, it's flopping around.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a pass for this, huh?
Yeah.
Would it hurt to run a little bit larger?
I wouldn't want to. I mean, you got to remember this is squashed out because it's been torque plated a few times.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
you have the intake valve all glued up here. Check the seat.
Trickflow 240.
Correct.
Actually, the diameter, they run it off the valve.
Yeah, that one. I mean,
Yeah,
it's seating all the
but
way
it's
around.
good enough. And that's about 50.
Yeah.
Remember what I told you, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they do have a radius here, but they have a flat angle. It's not a radius below the seat. See that?
Yeah.
So it's a radius into an angle. So I'm okay with that. But it needs to be an angle before the valve seat.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of shatter.
You could use the stock gasket on there, on this one.
Oh, you already verified it?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, we did.
Okay. So let me show you something that you can do at home. You can take this is like 80 grit, 100 grit. Now you see this here from this viewing angle. There you go. See that?
Yeah.
All you have to do, you don't want to get in the gasket surface. Just clean that up. Now feel that, Joe. That's all you have to do. That's something you can do at home to help yourself. And you notice around the edges, this is the way it's deburred. It's all nice and uniform.
Yep.
They probably got a better guy doing it than they did those.
These little nuances, the deburring, the finishing work, that's just as important as the actual machine shop job. The cleaning, the preparation.
Yeah.
Wayne, what did we have on, did we have the debris in the valve guides like we had on the Edelbrocks?
Oh.
Okay.
I see how much further sunk that guide is compared to the Edelbrock.
Yeah, that's that.
I
Yeah,
would
they
say
do that for flow. There's
blends.
nothing wrong with that.
I think they machined that down further.
Mm-hmm.
Assembly lube. About 1.5 thousandths. Now, Joe, I want you to, we were talking about, I don't know if you can grab this with one hand, and you can kind of keep it centered up, and then move it through there and feel how much smoother that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's day and night difference. Dragging the ball feet of this gauge over a thread.
Yeah.
I guess the best way to simulate it for people, your viewers, to understand what we're talking about. But if you go down through there, and I know we're upside for the viewers, but we're about 1.5 thousandths extremely straight, 1 6/10. I don't feel the roughness that we felt with the Edelbrocks. Talking about in your heads, see, we have a minimal step right there. Like they're almost nothing.
I'm trying to get that
Okay.
propped up for you so you're not.
But we don't have this large transition here.
Mm-hmm. So
that valve's going to come up, and of course it's got a nice top angle. It does have a little bit of a radius right here. They went in there and they did try to, now of course they come in, they can only get so close with the lollipop when they're CNC in it.
Right.
They call it a lollipop because that milling attachment on the CNC is shaped like a ball on the end. They call them lollipops.
Nice.
So anyways, this back here is not bad. So like, if a guy wanted to do work on here, I don't think it's really necessary for that build that we're doing, but a guy could go in there and just clean that up just a little bit. It wouldn't be that big of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't change the CCs, nothing. But the only thing I see is, it definitely needs to have the chamfer just deburred a little bit. Just kind of take that chatter out. They are angle plugged, so it needs to be duly noted. They take special head bolts. You have to watch if you have a conventional set of headers, they may or may not work with your plugs, so that the viewers need to know that you may have to get a set of headers that are compatible with these cylinder heads.
Could y'all measure with your calipers the thickness between the two? Like this head overall is
Oh, sure.
much, you know, I don't know if that'll raise or cause header fitment issues.
Overall thickness approximately 4 inch 350 thousandths. And it's kind of hard, but we'll kind of go. And that's 3 inch 930.
Okay.
So if we was to kind of pick up off of the center line of the exhaust port, probably about 410, 400. About 450. So not much on height. So probably a little bit of raise on the port, but not much. You know,
Okay.
maybe 50,000. That's negligible.
Here, just go from here to here once.
Oh, from the floor? Sure,
Yeah, just-
certainly.
To see what do we got there for the bottom?
About inch 925, 924, 924. $860. So there's a power.
A little, yeah.
That's a power increase right there. Just raised exhaust port.
Good comparison of the two.
So the difference in that and
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I like the added material around the spark plug boss. I like that. I like the filled area in the back, in the quench area back here. I like that.
I mean, this is the flat here where this is a taper into your
Yes.
exhaust ports.
That's gonna enhance it.
And this is bigger right here, gives you better flow.
Gotcha. Yeah, it really does tighten up there, doesn't it?
Well, these aren't bad either.
No,
Not
his
like
aren't.
it's stock.
Not like those 440 source. Well, stock ain't bad, but the 440 source definitely needs to do some work there. I called them and suggested that. I mean, I think they got a pretty decent piece for what they are.
You just got to go around and see like here and get that.
Yeah, and that doesn't
it's
have
normal,
to be on these.
No, I'm just saying that.
One thing I wanted to tell you, when you're running heavy spring pressures, notice the boss construction on the Trickflows versus those. It's absolutely heavy duty.
Yeah.
It's HD.
Twice as much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were thinking
Yeah.
on that.
And you know, you look at the color of the aluminum and the surface finish. You know, you just, this is definitely next level in our opinion. I think it's next level
They got,
material.
excuse me, they have a lot better oiling holes for the rockers
Well, huh? Oh yeah.
than.
And then another
here
thing,
versus, I mean, this is so small.
huh?
These are small compared to that.
Yeah. Well, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I just.
But what I'm getting at, but look how high the threads come up. See, the threads are way down in there on these. You can't see
Yeah,
it.
I can barely see it,
Yeah.
but it's a half inch at least.
Yeah, you've got, so when you're running heavy springs, I mean, you only got 5 bolts to hold that on there.
Okay.
I think the hardware noted that these come with 10 degree, or either 10 degree or 7 degree supers.
Edelbrock lock versus Trickflow lock. So final thoughts?
I think they're worth the additional money. I think they're worth every penny these cost. And it's unfortunate you have to wait so long, but
Yeah. Trickflow 240s. This is E&D Machine in Rogers, Arkansas. And I appreciate Mr. Ed and Wayne for letting me come in to look over these heads with them. they've got about combined probably close to 70 plus years of experience on Mopars, on aluminum heads, on big block Mopar heads. So they know what they're talking about. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't seen already, I did do a quick, just kind of close-up look at the E Street heads. So I got both those sets of heads at the machine shop here, and you can see the differences, what they think. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.